Hey guys, and welcome to the Blue Bridge. And today I'm going to be looking at yet more youngsters that the club are trying to buy. And I'm going to ask the question: are they concerned about Chelsea's future, or are the owners concerned about their future? So, when I made my video on Friday, I was talking about the Elise situation, and I was kind of semi-confident that we may get this deal, but you know what I'm like as a very cautious person, and I don't celebrate a deal until it's done, and this is the reason why. So no sooner as I made the video and I sort of touched on the Elise story, then we get the news out that Chelsea have pulled out of the deal to sign him, citing his wages. I believe that we got rejected. That's me personally. I think we got rejected by Bayern Munich. But if it is a situation about wages and we didn't want to offer, I think Bayern Munich, they're saying 200 or 220,000. If we want the best, we need to pay for the best. And that's got me to thinking, do we really want the best players? Or are we just wanting to get these players who can become the best but are not proven yet? And if you're looking at our transfer philosophy this window, it looks like the latter, because we were told by this board that they had a four-pronged transfer strategy, and the transfer strategy was that we were going to be bringing in some younger players and whatever, but in the fourth window, we were going to look at the needs that the club's needs, and address those areas by getting in some big players. But okay, we're not in Champions League, so that's probably affected our budget. Playing in this Conference League, it's Europe, but it's not that big European competition. But so Osimhen is no longer on the table. Sesko decided to stay at his club. And now Elise, who apparently the club were obsessed with, he's going to pastures new. And so we're looking at the alternatives now. And I mentioned this striker the other day. We're close to signing another prospect. So we've gone to Barcelona and looked at their young boy, Mark Guagua, I believe is the pronunciation. And so it looks like that deal's going to be completed within the next few hours or days. So there's a here we go coming soon for that one. Again, I was looking at this player. He's scored 2 goals. He's come on. He's played in 3 La Liga games, scored 1 goal. He played 2 European games, scored 1 goal. So he looks like he's not phased. He looks like he's got confidence. But again, he's 20 years old of age or something. But Barcelona didn't want to let him go. But again, it's a prospect. It's a prospect. We don't know how he's going to turn out, and that's the problem. A lot of these guys are prospects. And the other guy, and I did mention why we're getting this guy from Aston Villa, simply because of PSR rules. Can't remember his name now. What's his name? I did have it on the tip of my tongue. Such as, you know the guy, Amari something man or something. I can't remember. That's what I'm saying. I've never heard of him. I've never heard of this guy. We're getting from Aston Villa. By all accounts, again, he's meant to be decent, but who is he? And what's he going to become? Still another young prospect who we're gambling on. And we're gambling on a lot of these players. Willian looks the real deal. And lots of talk out of Brazil is that he's going to be the next big thing. Even Neymar is cited him as his heir to the throne. And we've had I can't remember the other Brazilian who's in charge of youth development over there. He's cited him. So everyone in Brazil says this guy is going to be the next big thing. And after signing his contract for Chelsea, he scored a goal for Palmeiras. He did a little Cole Palmer celebration to say that, look, I'm coming, I'm ready, and I'm ready to come and play with you, Cole. Good to see. And I believe that he can become a very good player, and he's still got a bit of growing to do. Physically, he needs to impose himself a bit more, but he's got all the tools in his armoury and the confidence to become that next big thing. And we're seeing Pyers, who's playing in the Copa America at the moment. Unfortunately, had to be subbed off because one of their players got a red card. But he's at 17, he's doing bits already, showing a lot of confidence. And again, I have no doubt that he's going to succeed. So we are getting in these younger players. But my thing is, the cynic in me now, seeing us we're just sort of harbouring all these young players and not really addressing the needs of the first team. We need a proper experienced striker, as I keep saying, an experienced goalkeeper. We're not addressing those needs, but we're still tackling the South American market, getting in all these young players. There's an Argentinian defender who I mentioned the other day. He's another one who we're looking at. 16-year-old is he? So we're looking at all these younger players. My theory, and the cynic in me, is saying the reason why we are looking at these players is because how long has the owners got this club for? 10 years. Yeah, they've got 10 years before they can sell the club. Esteval and Pyers, they come next year, so that'll be 3 years into their tenure. By the time Esteval, he comes when he's 18, I think Pyers comes when he's 18, and say 5 good years at Chelsea, 18, 19, 20, 21, 20, 23, 24, even 6 years at Chelsea, and they do fulfill their potential. What's that going to mean? Guys, Real Madrid are going to come knocking for one, if not both of these players. You know that's going to happen. It's a fact. I'm not saying I'm a realistic Chelsea supporter, and it's going to happen. And if Esteval does end up being the new Neymar, one of the most outstanding player from Brazil, you know that Real Madrid are going to be throwing 200 to 250,000 million, 200 to 250 million at Chelsea, saying that this is it, we're taking your star boy, and we're going to do it. This new ownership, they're going to do it. And if Pyers fulfills the potential, maybe not that year, the year after, they'll say, okay, we've got this guy, we want their other star boy, so let's throw another 200 million at him, and off he goes. So that's 450 million, or say half a billion they've probably made from these two players, and just in time. That's coming up to the 10-year period. And then Chelsea are going to have all this money. They're going to become a very, very rich asset for somebody. So these guys can then sell the club at £7 billion maybe, more than make their money back what they paid for Chelsea, and the quids in, and then they walk away with a profit. At the end of the day, they are a investment fund, and that's what they do. They take the whole idea of an investment fund. They take someone who's a company. They make them smarter. They operate in a good way, so that once they go to sell on this company, they make a profit. And Chelsea are no different. They're going to want to make a profit on Chelsea, and 10 years down the line, they're gonna make a profit, take their money, sell us on to someone else. That's my theory. What do you guys think? Am I being a cynic, or is that the way that you see it as well? Because how else do you explain them buying all these younger players with potential and not investing in the first team? Obviously, that's why Pochettino left, because Pochettino wanted them to invest in a bit more experience, and it doesn't look like we're going to do that. So this window, what we need to do, if we don't get into the Champions League for next season, at the end of next season, big questions have to be asked of this ownership, because the likes of the Elises, Osimhen's, people like that, they are the people who potentially, I keep saying it's not a guarantee, but potentially will take us to that next level. It's easier for players who are already established, experienced players who've done it, been there, worn a t-shirt, and the younger players coming in who they may do it. I'm not saying we won't. It's a possibility, but it's a gamble. Bringing in somebody who's a bit older is less of a gamble than sort of banking on younger players to give you that success that you need. As I said, next season will be the key for me. If we don't make top four, then the owners have got a lot to answer to. If we do, then fair play to them. They've got this model right. But is it a model for success or a model so that we can get in, hoard in the best new, greatest talents, and then with the idea of selling them on later for a big profit, just in time for you to sell the club to someone else? Stick your comments in the section below and tell me what you think. So take care for now. Bye-bye.